Today I had a bunch of work to do, but the day started off a bit weird. I had a bunch of meetings right in the morning. I wish I could take you on the journey to these meetings, but they were quite exclusive meetings. I couldn't share anything. But the reality of the entire, planning thing, what you want to really focus on is, thinking like a business. And I've just gotten back to the studio, and the first thing I want to do is to try get some work going, and been working on this amazing dashboard. And ideally what I'm planning to do is go listen to all the videos, because I recorded the entire session, and later on I'm just gonna sit down on the desk and I'll walk you through my planning, because I think that's why you guys are here.
Yeah, I gotta keep it trendy on my soul. I'm the most selfish person that I know. Here we go down the rabbit hole. Got a couple carrots around my neck. Self-respect, when you out of line, you put yourself in check. They don't hear me, they don't hear me though. Cycles going round and round and round like a merry-go. Stand for truth, or fall for any old scenario. That's why I keep my circle smaller than a Cheerio. Cause this the company you keep. Stay woke, please don't get caught sleep. End up sowing what you reap. Know your worth and don't sell cheap. The ghost is inside of me, can't take it out of me. No matter where I've been, got where I'm meant to be.
Most of you guys are already excited about the and I want to share with you my new discoveries on two things. One, how to plan, and two, how to execute. This information is quite old. For those of you guys who are already subscribers on my newsletter, the Zana newsletter, most of you guys have really gotten this piece of information. If you want to get it as it comes out or firsthand, just go ahead and use the link in the description and just go subscribe to my newsletter. So first things first, I'm gonna go ahead and say that this is not a new phenomenon. We see businesses plan like this, and there is a reason why businesses that scale plan like this. They use a calendar year, which is quite similar to any individual out there. If you really want to plan out your year, the best thing to do is to use the calendar year plan, how businesses do it. So the first reality in our planning is leveraging quarters, and a quarter includes about 3 months, and it's just a simple way of saying, instead of us really thinking about the entire year, why don't we just focus on the 3 months of the year, and then we think about the next 3 months as we progress at the end of the first 3 months. And this is what it means. Quarter one is broken down in 3 months. And I know most of you guys are already saying, but we already know this. And I think that's where we're going to get it a bit to the implementation side. Because I remember I told you we're going to learn two things. One, the planning bit, and then the execution bit. And I think maybe the execution bit, that's where we could have a sense of really opinion on how, I might advise you to do things. So you will see that what I've done here is I've broken down the entire year in, a quarter, style and fashion, in Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4, and it's just 3 months every quarter. So down, I've went ahead and listed all the months within that quarter. And what this helps you to really do is have clarity on how your time is being spent. So you will see that down every month, it's quite important to define what you're going to be working on within, the first quarter and within the first month of that quarter. So one thing you realize, I have 2 bullets for every month, and this is intentional. It has started to make sense that if you really want to progress, the best thing to do is to focus on 2 items, and here's why. When you think about a month, we have 4 weeks, yep. And then within 4 weeks, what I did or what I discovered was to at least pick out 2, most important items, and then that month focus on those 2 only. And when you think about the overlap of a week to week, the overlap is quite huge. If you're transitioning from week 1 to week 2 to week 3 to week 4, it's going to be hard for you to really get work done. And remember what you're planning. You're not planning for all the meetings, all the uncertainties that could happen within the week. So what you have to do is to be safe. You need to really narrow down your focus on only 2 items. If these are projects, you need to narrow down your focus on two projects, and everything is miscellaneous. And I think this is what I learned. And I think that is what I wanted to really emphasize on the implementation, or execution side of things, which is point number 2. When you're planning, you need to think about, execution, because it's always dope to list all these items on your to-do, list. But at a high level, we want to pick out like the most really important items and focus on only 2. But it's quite interesting stuff that, the day is gone. It feels like I didn't do any work, but like it was quite a lot of work. And let me know what you think about that feeling of like being, overbooked in meetings and you feel like you've not done work, yet also those meetings are part of work. I think it's a designer syndrome of like wanting to be in Figma always, but I think as I grow in the industry, I tend to learn that as you move up your ladder, you might get to a point where spending time in the visual design or production design is not what quantifies your work. At the most, I would say it gets to a point where it's either 50-50, and that's when you know that you're really now becoming a senior. And not saying that I'm a senior. I hate labels. But yeah. Anyways, yeah. Peace. I'll catch you in a moment.
Yeah. It's heavy. Yeah, I gotta keep it trendy on my soul. I'm the most selfish person that I know. Here we go down the rabbit hole. Got a couple carrots around my neck. Self-respect. When you out of line, you put yourself in check. They don't hear me. They don't hear me though. Cycles going round and round and round like a merry-go. Stand for truth or fall for any old scenario. That's why I keep my circle